I want you to rate the following sentence on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being a mild and acceptable statement, and 10 being the most batshit crazy thing you've ever heard. Here we go. If one of my employees secretly films you on the toilet, that's your fault, you negligent child. That's a 2, right? You're like, yeah, makes sense. Not in any way, completely disconnected from reality, right? And understand, we are not talking about a hypothetical. This is the actual insane legal defense that American Airlines just concocted in this case from back in September. I'll explain, or I'll try to. Right, so on this Boston-bound flight, you had a 14-year-old girl having to use the bathroom. So one of the flight attendants, Estes Carter Thompson III, seemingly does something kind for her purely out of the goodness of his heart. He says, oh, no, little girl, don't use the coach bathroom, come use the first class one instead. With him even escorting her there, though, before he let her in, he reportedly had to go in himself to wash his hands and told her that the toilet seat was broken. And so after he leaves, she enters, she does her business, and then noticed something that was very, very off. Taped to the underside of the toilet lid with red seat broken stickers is an iPhone with a recording light on. And y'all, I am not kidding. It's so obvious. You can see it right here if you don't believe me. And so the girl whips out her own phone, snaps a pic of this just pervy MacGyvered Mission Impossible level setup. And so by the time that the plane landed, police were actually at the gate ready to arrest the flight attendant, with investigators allegedly also finding videos on his phone of 4 other girls aged 7, 9, 11, and 14. But then that's not even the craziest part, because that 9-year-old girl's family, they sue both Thompson and American Airlines, with the company then rolling out the most outrageous defense I've ever fucking heard, arguing that the harm caused to the girl was, quote, proximately caused by her own faults and negligence, right? And blaming her for using the, quote, compromised lavatory, which she knew or should have known contained a visible and illuminated recording device. And so naturally, the reaction to this has been a mixture of fury and bewilderment, right? You have the girl's mother telling the Boston Herald, how in good conscience could they even make such a suggestion? It both shocks and angers us. American Airlines has no shame. And their lawyer telling WCVB Channel 5,
if really, are they going to stand up in front of a Texas jury and point to a 9-year-old and say, don't blame us, it's her fault?
But for now, we're gonna have to wait to see where this case goes, if American Airlines sticks with this defense. And hopefully, in the meantime, Estes Carter Thompson III has himself a little accident. But notably, even if that doesn't happen, he is facing years and years in prison. Though actually, a last-second update to this story, we were finishing up. American Airlines is now trying to walk back their statement, with Boston.com saying that the company told them they found an error in the filing made by its outside legal counsel, and saying that this defense does not represent its stance and has directed that it be amended, right? Or seemingly they saw how this situation was growing and saw which way the wind was blowing. But with all that said, I gotta pass the question off to you. What are your thoughts here? Because I don't know, personally, that is such a big thing to overlook.